Welcome to another episode of Kooclass, where learning comes to life. Are you ready to explore math in real life? Let's go! When we're planning a trip, there are many different modes of transportation to choose from. We can travel across oceans by planes and ships, and travel shorter distances on land using trains, buses, and cars. The mode of transportation we choose usually depends on how much we're willing to spend and how quickly we need to get to our destination. If we need to get there really quickly, we can choose the transportation with the shortest estimated travel time. But do you know how travel times are estimated and how accurate they are? Let's find out. The estimated travel time is usually affected by two things: the distance traveled and how fast the vehicle is going. How fast or slow something is moving is known as its speed. We can find out how fast or slow a vehicle is going by checking its speedometer. This sports car is traveling at 90 kilometers an hour. What does that mean? That means in 1 hour, the car travels 90 kilometers. Now let's compare this with a truck going at 60 kilometers per hour. Which is faster? That's right, the sports car is faster. With the same duration of 1 hour, the sports car travels 30 more kilometers than the truck. Heavier vehicles like trucks often take longer to brake and avoid collisions. They can also carry dangerous flammable liquids. So these vehicles have speed limits to make sure they travel at slower speeds and keep the roads safe for other users. Now that we know how to read the speed of vehicles, did you know that we can use speed to estimate how long a vehicle would take to travel a specific distance? Let's find out how. Let's say we're planning a trip which is about 360 kilometers by both bus and train. If the train travels at a constant speed of 90 kilometers an hour, it would travel 90 kilometers in 1 hour. So to cover 360 kilometers, it would take 4 hours. Now let's find out how long we would take to travel the same distance by bus so we can decide which mode of transportation to take. If the bus travels at a constant speed of 72 kilometers per hour, it would travel 72 kilometers in 1 hour. To travel 360 kilometers, it would take 5 hours. So if we're in a hurry, we might choose to travel by train because it's faster and usually more spacious and comfortable. But it can be way more expensive, so we'll need to see if we have the budget for it. Whichever mode of transport we choose, it's important to remember that estimated travel times aren't always accurate. For example, even though the estimated travel time by bus is 5 hours, the actual journey could take longer depending on how heavy the traffic is, how many times the bus stops to pick up passengers along the way, and the speed limits on different roads. Estimates for trains tend to be more accurate because they aren't affected by traffic jams. But they can still get delayed when train tracks are blocked, like during snowstorms. Thankfully, technology has evolved to consider these factors when estimating travel times. Online maps can now use GPS and traffic sensor data to monitor traffic conditions and vehicle speeds in real time to provide us with more accurate estimates. So the next time you use an online map to plan your journey, you can better appreciate how technology helps you estimate travel times using speed. That's all for now. See you next time.